What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the epilogue in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, I say perfect, and I really do. I love it. I actually really love it. The last, I've said this before, last hour and a half of this movie, I think is really, depending on, obviously people are always going to have something to say, and of course I can criticize too, and I have, and I will, but I really think as the movie continues to go, like as we get an hour and a half left, an hour left, 30 minutes left, there's a lot to love, kind of the closer we condense it down to the ending. The actual epilogue, so mainly I want to talk about the nightmare scene here, okay, the nightmare sequence. Now, we got, or I should say this first. I did talk about this in my review of the movie. I did review this movie. It's on my second channel if you guys want to go check that out. I did a complete spoiler and spoiler-free review over there. Besides me still not being a fan of Jared Leto's Joker, and besides me just not being a fan of Amber Heard at all, okay, and her acting ability, I really loved pretty much everything from when they enter the dome, okay, when they try to enter Steppenwolf's little barrier. From that point on, I really don't think there is a bad moment. Besides, I guess maybe the Parademon being able to shoot Flash when he's going faster than the speed of light is a little odd, but besides that, I really, really love it. I love what they do with Steppenwolf. I did not, I've said it before, I don't know much about comics, I don't know much about pretty much anything like that. I didn't know, we as a group, as a community leading into the Snyder Cut, we knew some of the things that would be present and some of the things that wouldn't be present in this movie. I did not know about the Steppenwolf thing, that they would actually, and I guess, okay, by the way, this is going to contain spoilers, we're talking about the epilogue here. I did not know they would kill him. So doing that, as soon as he kind of let out that cry like he was going to go in for one final attack, I thought something with Darkseid was going to happen where it would like pull him back in. I don't even necessarily know how I thought that would all be sorted out, but I did not expect Aquaman to stab him into the from the back. So that was insane. Cutting off his head, giving him back to Darkseid, saying, "Hey, here's your little minion back." That was awesome. The idea of the Darkseid invasion. Like I said in a few videos ago, I want it. I want a Justice League 2. I want to see not only Darkseid's invasion, but also because of Darkseid's invasion, obviously that does line up pretty well with going down that Injustice route, okay? So we have all that. I love it. I love, I actually really do like them all splitting up and kind of going their own ways. Obviously, Zack changed up some of Ben Affleck's, or Bruce's line of like, congratulations. She's carrying the baby stuff now. So obviously, they're very much hinting, right? Not only are they going to be married, but she'll be pregnant. So that's something that I think is a really cool small thing that honestly I like half noticed. Like when she was sitting in her room and with the whole pregnancy test thing, I didn't notice that. Okay, so it was like, okay, they're obviously hinting there. I had to watch. I actually watched a few videos talking about the ending, and that's where the light bulb kind of turned on for me. So I love that. I actually, the Martian Manhunter thing is a little odd because it's like, dude, where were you? Why are you? You're like, and obviously that was the part of the reshoots. You can easily tell Ben Affleck looks a lot different in that shot than he did basically in the entire rest of the movie, besides a couple things. But, I like seeing him, and I like the idea of expanding this thing. And you can go in a lot of different directions with this, franchise going forward. And I like the idea of having Martian Manhunter. But the fact is, he's like, hey, I don't even know. Obviously, all the stuff that he says to Bruce, without being that big of a help, at least right now. Obviously, hopefully, he would kind of be a bigger help later, down the line. But even right before that, obviously, was the big moment, the nightmare sequence. Now, like I said, I don't like Jared Leto's Joker. I've given him chances. I wouldn't say I despise him or I hate him. And I've also said before, like if they made more movies, if they make a Justice League 2, let's say, right, which I do want to happen, and they put him in there, and he really is a vital point to that movie and Lois, and they do the third movie where they're trying to send Flash back in time, all that stuff. And if Joker's a main part of it and it's that Joker, I will watch it. If they tell their vision, show us their vision of what they want to do. I may not agree with it. I definitely don't agree with that Jared Leto, but as I said in the review, I actually really like the lines he said. While I don't necessarily like his voice or his even worse laughing now, or his joke going a little bit sexual, stuff like that. While I don't like that stuff, I do like what he actually said, kind of giving us all the hints as to, I think a lot of us could probably piece it together from all the hints that we've gotten throughout this movie, even Batman versus Superman, but just in case people, were left out, he kind of fills in the gaps, right? Obviously, Superman is not a friend of ours. Lois is obviously dead. They mock each other for Harley and Robin. Now, that part I like. That part I look right. I mean, and by the way, when Joker's talking, I don't see Jared Leto. It's not like I'm like, oh, that's Jared Leto trying to do a bad, a bad version. I do see Joker. It's just not really a Joker I can get behind as much as I can get behind Mark Hamill's in the animated in terms of games, or Heath Ledger and stuff like that. So I do see him as Joker. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do like their mocking back and forth. And again, kind of the thing I like most about the nightmare sequence, I think, is just the idea that like these things did happen. So like Wonder Woman was killed, Aquaman was killed, and we get to see those flashbacks in other ways too, right? Or I guess flash forwards technically, right? Where Darkseid kills Aquaman. Wonder Woman would Superman. I mean, again, I don't know comics. Like Superman would probably be the one to do that, right? So like that's incredible. I don't like to see Superman evil. I don't like to see Aquaman dead. I definitely don't like to see Wonder Woman dead, right? So like those things suck, but like it's like holy dear Jesus, like that's a really just the idea of, and obviously again, like we've played with some of these ideas before in different mediums, but just the fact that like it's these band of misfits. It's Batman, who probably has made it just out of like, I wouldn't say luck, but just out of like smarts, right? Joker, who obviously has formed an alliance, and that truce card is clearly very, very important. I've watched a lot of videos that have talked about that truce card. You have Mara. I mean, I don't know why you want to give Amber Heard more time, but whatever. I love Flash and his suit. I mean, that suit looks really, really cool. Cyborg, I mean, they definitely made us like Cyborg, so I like seeing Cyborg. He's like carrying things around in bags and stuff. So like, and even Deathstroke. Obviously that would take place after, I would imagine, after the standalone Batman movie with him versus Deathstroke. So that would be a very cool thing to see. I mean, I like the idea of these misfits all put together and all kind of just surviving. And then obviously Superman comes in. It's like, holy dear Jesus. So I love the idea. Again, it kind of goes right back to what I said with, why we need a Justice League 2. We do. I mean, I want to see where this is going. We know where it's going. I mean, there were those storyboard concept, like those drawings that aren't official, but they kind of were official. So we kind of know where Zack's going. Even if he changes some things up, we have a very loose version of where he wanted to go with Justice League 2 and 3. And I mean, it's right there. It's right there in front of you for the stuff that he added and the stuff that was already in Justice League to begin with. So I really hope we get to see it, because the epilogue just, I don't see how you, and I said this and I think I said this in my review, or maybe even in that Justice League 2 video, towards the end, with all the stuff and all the potential, whether you didn't like this part of the nightmare scene or this part of that scene or that part of this scene, whatever. But as the movie is winding down and we're getting all these things, if you're not at least curious about what could come next, or like his vision, I said, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't mean that in a malicious or like a super negative way, but I truly do think anybody, obviously you have to be kind of a fan of DC, but if you're watching this movie towards the end, all the stuff that they're setting up, if you're not at least curious of where they're going with it, you know what I mean? I feel like everybody would be like, yeah, I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan, or I didn't love this movie maybe as much as other people, but I would still think, you would think, like, I would like to maybe, because at this point, does it really matter? I know there were some people that were asking me that stuff. It's like, does it really, like, we've gone this far with Zack Snyder, just let him finish it. I mean, obviously, we kind of said the same things for this movie, like, okay, he already made it, basically, just give him the rest of it and let him put it out there. Now we're kind of asking, all right, well, he wouldn't make that many more. He would only make probably one or two more. Maybe there's a couple side stuff, and obviously they could build out some other characters, but like, just let him finish this little trilogy he had planned, because I really do think there was a lot of really cool and different and dark things that would have happened in these movies. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Did you like the nightmare sequence? Did you like the epilogue in general? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know when all of these videos go up. I've covered Justice League quite a few times already. The past couple days, I'm going to be doing daily videos, so there'll be more videos as the next few days go on, and I hope to see you guys there.